It is imminently upon us now. Welcome to episode 6 uh, of our Mistwarden Shroud campaign. I'm going to go around and introduce
Seven?
episode 7.
Yeah,
Seven.
seven.
Yep. So close.
Dang. Episode 7 of our Mistwarden Shroud campaign. I'm here with our misadventurers. We have, I'm going to give you character names and we're going to do the quick introductions. So we have Tobias.
How's it going? My name is William. I am playing Tobias Boone, your friendly neighborhood assassin, sorcerer.
Beautiful. We have Rosemary.
Hey, I'm Swearta14. It's spelled out in the little box. I'm playing Rosemary, the totally normal human fighter.
Yes, we stress that Rosemary's totally normal.
Totally human.
We have Buster.
Hi, it's me, Steven, also known as Funk, playing Buster K. Slyfoot, the Twilight Cleric Rabbit Man.
We have Olin.
Hello, my name is Olin. My name is Taylor. My character's name is Olin. I am not who I am representing myself to be. Olin is a Horizon Walker Ranger and soon to be a newly adoptive father.
Beautiful. And last time,
Last
Wait.
time but not least.
oh sorry, last time but not least, we have Sully.
Wow, you're just gonna forget about me, huh?
Sorry, I was looking at your Twitch chat and I was like distracted because I was multitasking. I apologize.
I'm
My
Ray, and I'm
beautiful.
playing Sully, and that's it.
That's the game.
Yes, and beautiful. Welcome everybody. Last time in Martyra Bay. Tell me a little bit about it before we jump in.
You know, it was a pretty chill day. Nothing really big happened. We had a party with everyone. Armand's fine. His mom is alright, I guess. She kind of sucks, but, you know, all in all, everyone's doing good.
We've had an interview with a vampire, which has not gone as
Oh, well,
expected,
yeah, that too.
to be honest. But we had an interview with a ghost, too. We need to interview some other kind of supernatural creature. Make it a trio.
Can we get a werewolf next?
Hey, if we're
Maybe.
lucky.
Maybe. Yeah, so after talking to Erasmus Van Richten, the ghost, in the Bloody Ghost Tavern, and getting a little bit more information about Darkon and the Hour of Ascension, in which Azalin disappeared, the crew was introduced to the Kargot in a way where they were accused of murdering Lady Riva Vachon and her son Armand before being brought into the Black Tower of the Kargot, where they found that the two were actually alive, if not well, and they were introduced to the Baron before she, after a brief encounter, ended the life of the Lady Riva Vachon.
I think it would be funny, but inappropriate to forget about Pepper in this moment as well. In the recap,
Oh, yeah.
we did learn about somebody who looks suspiciously like Rosemary, maybe, we don't actually know, named Pepper, who could be the person that Olin saw in the shared dream consciousness that the party had, but could also just be totally unrelated.
Oh, also, apparently Basil's been up to some shit.
All true.
But she's doing great.
She is. She's thriving, I'm sure.
And meanwhile, us survive or dive. Let's find out.
And so we find our heroes standing in a room deep inside the Black Tower. There are two chairs, one with the Lady Rigo Vachon limply sitting in one, Armand, uh, both of them tied and bound, Armand in the other. Armand has like a gag on, and his mouth is like covered up, so he can't really speak. We see 5 guards total around the room, plus the Baron, as well as our heroes standing in this room, in which the Baron has just given you the instructions that you will be going to the Undercrypt in order to find her a crown. The Baron turns her attention away from you, and she kind of like waves a hand over her shoulder and says, "You can take one of my best with you, thorn or pike."
Well, being honest, I feel like Pike might be a bit better than Thorn. No offense.
I was kind of thinking Thorn a little bit. We ought to have such a rapport with her.
Yeah, and I'll say in this
I don't
moment,
know,
Thorn. I'll just say Thorn, for her part, is like staring at Lady Riva's corpse, her eyes kind of wide. Pike is like standing calmly at the door.
I do feel very threatened by Thorn. Being in her presence is frightening to me.
She's just, very intimidating and good at her job.
Did we vote?
Oh, you want Pike?
Oh, hold on, we're having a little bit of a democratic process over here. Okay, so raise your hand for Thorn.
What if we just
Wait.
take both of them? Can we take both of them?
Fine, that's fine.
Okay, well, settled.
They seem like they work better in a team anyway.
Now I'm sure you can find your way to the Undercrypt. Yes, the Baron turns her attention back to you.
That's near our house.
Oh, you've already bought a place in the city so quickly.
Oh, well, bot's a strong word.
It's more like
Maybe
eminent
sublet.
domain.
It's a little bit more like squatting. But
Well-
through invitation.
Invitation.
Couch
to
surfing.
squat.
Of course. And so near your house, you can find the Undercity. Make your way inside, find this crown I need, and bring it to me. And your friend Armand will be safe. You will be well rewarded, and you'll have a friend, a powerful friend in Darkon.
To be honest,
We're
those
on
all
our
sound
way.
like those all sound like very positive things.
And
Except for the death.
she walks over to like Rosemary, kind of like looking at your face like very carefully, and she says, "If you are really not Basil, it's uncanny, really."
Oh, yeah, we're sisters.
No, I got that part. I understand, honey.
Did I hand you a flyer already?
The Baron takes the flyer, glances at it, glances at you, and then just kind of like drops the flyer, tapping her chin a little bit. And she says, "And how many of these sisters are there?"
Oh, there's a lot of them. Mother hasn't told me how many yet. But, I feel like a bad sister not knowing, so I just never asked.
Intriguing. All right. my crown. Pike, Thorn, watch the backs. If they run, kill them.
Oh, so we have to walk through the undercrypt?
If you try to, like, run away from the task.
Oh. Gotcha.
If you're running towards the goal of getting what I need, you know, that's great. More power to you.
Guys, out of character, I love her.
Do you hear that, Rosemary? There's more power
Yeah.
for us if we run.
So I
We're
guess
already-
we're running.
We're already getting so much power from do we know her name?
The Baron. Feel
The
like she
Baron.
just goes by her title. She's one of those people.
Vampires do not just give out their names.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard her called Baron Metis from, like, some of the people on the street.
Midas.
You get the sense that is a last name.
Well, Baron, thank you for your time. I think we'll be on our way. The faster we get down there, the faster we get back here, and Rosemary learns about her sister, and we get what we want.
Win-win.
Quite.
And with that, she kind of, like, points to one of the other guards and says, take this one to the ashery, pointing towards Lady Reva's body. Pike and Thorn move to kind of, like, flank your group. And Pike moves out of the way, opens the door, and kind of waves you through.
I'd take a moment to lock eyes, hopefully reassuringly, with Armand.
Yeah, he kind of, like, looks at you. You can tell he's, like, a little bit in shock. There's definitely, like a lot of fear in his eyes, but there's also, you can see, like, this underlying anger that's kind of fighting with everything. But he does, like, give you a little nod as you, or before you leave.
Sully's gonna walk past where it was just motioned. Like I'm going the direction that we're supposed to be going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you head out into the hall of the Black Tower. Does anybody, like, linger or, like, have anything else they want to do before y'all exit that room? Or the tower, generally? Cool.
I want to get out of here as soon as possible because I want to fight every instinct I have to go ahead and fight her.
Beautiful.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
So, as you guys, Thorn and Pike lead you out. Thorn looks kind of thoughtful and is quiet. Pike kind of whistles a little bit. And as you kind of, like, head out into the streets and begin walking towards where the undercrypt is, Pike kind of speaks up and says, so why did you choose both of us? You know, that makes it harder to get away in case shit goes wrong, right?
It also makes it easier to get away if shit goes wrong, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we don't have to be faster than the monsters, just faster than you.
Pike grunts at that.
To be honest, I feel like I understand you, Pike, and my compatriots seem to understand Thorn in a way that I do not, but I can appreciate. So perhaps that we can reach an understanding.
Thorn, like, pipes up, kind of, like, annoyed, and says, none of you know me, okay?
Oh, right. You're not like other girls.
What? I didn't say anything like that.
Sorry, reading between the lines. I'm just gonna keep jauntily walking forward.
Are they both behind us, like side by side?
No, Thorn's kind of leading the way, and Pike's kind of taking up the rear.
Yeah, that checks out.
Does Thorn even know where she's going?
I walk
Yeah.
up to
Interesting.
Thorn, and I say, "Got a little heated in there. Man, having a boss like that makes you wonder if you're going to be next or not, huh?"
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Nat 1.
No.
You know what?
Wow.
You know what? Just because I'm going to use my inspiration for that and re-roll that because that's ridiculous for the first roll.
The first roll of the session.
Go ahead and get the inspiration out of the way.
20.
I really
Nat
thought it was
20.
gonna be a
or
2.
dirty 20.
All right, yeah. So there's this moment right before you start where you see like your shadow seem to like twitch for a moment. You shake it off, keep pushing through, and she kind of like glances at you, and she says, "I mean, the Baron has had to be fierce. The Baron has had to punish without mercy in order to keep order in a city that, as well, you've seen it."
Yeah, I understand. I'm used to working for people who you do so much for and they do so little for you. And I'm just like straight staring, like just casually walking, like not really even like looking at her in this conversation, just chatting.
Buster, having been silent the entire time, pointedly, very specifically so, probably at the point that you said that, Tobias, he'll like rub his head like very like stressedly, worriedly, like and say, there is very specific term for friend that you are forcedly encouraged to make under duress of life, and this is a slave master. This is not friendship. This is not job. This is not a powerful friend we are having. This is not boss. This is indentured servitude. This is effectively
no.
job we are
Sounds like
doing.
family.
This is a job we are doing effectively to keep ourselves alive. This is not work. This is life.
Are you telling me this or Thorn this?
I'm saying this roughly to both of you. Yeah, my Russian accent is just gone. I didn't prep it at all for some reason. Hold on, I'll get back to it.
They removed Russia in the last batch.
But yeah, just like the idea of under duress of death, we are highly encouraged to do what she asks. Otherwise, we end up much like Vaishon's mom. So doesn't sit well with Buster. But he never made sure to agree to do what she said. It's just he's going along with the group purely to keep everyone else alive. This is not something that makes me comfortable, but you know.
To be fair, I also said I would just go down to the undercrypt.
This is true. We do not say we are looking for crown specifically, but we have no choice but to follow tyrannical, admittedly very attractive woman with sword and her advice.
We did say we would do these things without really saying we would do much of anything.
And it wouldn't be our first time helping out a tyrannical, pretty hot woman. You remember, Buster.
Technically true, but this was different arrangement. It was not under duress of life and death. There were other deals on table.
Oh, does your group make a habit of that kind of thing?
No duress, but a lot of
Does yours?
tension, for sure. A lot of tension.
It just happens more often than you would think. Like if I to quote somebody I heard once say, if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I would only have 2 or 3 silver pieces, rather, but it would still be a strange amount of silver pieces to have.
Also, when I'm talking to Thorn, I'm trying to keep it low enough where Pike does not like really hear specifically what I say.
Okay. Yeah, Pike seems fine to kind of hang back and not. It doesn't seem to be like listening in or anything.
I'll stroll back there with Pike. Both of it.
Uh-oh.
Both these tall dudes just walking.
I think Pike does kind of like call out. There's like this kind of conversation go up front. Pike calls out while he's walking beside Olin, calls out to Sully and says, you've been quiet this whole time. You got anything you want to say?
I agree with Buster. I don't much care for your boss.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way when they end up on the wrong side of the Baron.
Yeah, but we didn't do anything to end up on the wrong side. That's the problem here.
I think when you say that, Pike just kind of shrugs and says, it's the Baron's domain. You start out on the wrong side as soon as you step foot in without permission.
Sully just gets visibly flustered but does not say anything.
Yeah. How far are we from this undercrypt?
It won't take long. You guys walk for maybe like 20, 25 minutes or so. You can kind of recognize some of the roads as it gets closer to like, because they are near your apartment some, but then you go like even deeper into kind of like where it seems more abandoned parts of the city. You can see the undercrypt has like a large fenced in entrance with almost like a stone gate with an like large double doors that seem to be have like a chain wrapped around them, like around the handle. There, you don't see any kind of guards or anybody standing like watching the area. Though you do notice a couple of like beggars or urchins kind of like in this part of town, but they're keeping their distance from your group generally as you approach.
I did want to ask Pike what he did to end up on the right side of the Baron.
Well, I worked my way up. I started as a soldier. I'm good at what I do.
You mean lying to people and leading them to a trap?
I'm good at making the Baron's will become actionable.
I think that it would be worth it for you to consider making your own will actionable at times as well. And Owen will walk over to the chains and start looking at like the entrance of the thing.
Yeah. Give me. Are you like looking for anything in particular? Or are you just kind of like looking to get like open the entrance?
I do kind of see if there's signs of duress. Like it looks like it's been forced its way into, if there's been like combat out here, because apparently all these groups have gone missing, but and there's nobody guarding it, right? So it seems kind of weird that this very high profile thing has got like a chain that you could probably just crack off on it, and that's it.
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
Oh, baby. That's my specialty. It's a 13 still.
Okay. Looking at the ground is kind of muddy and dirty outside of the like entrance. You do see where this door looks like it has been opened recently and with some regularity. You notice that there are like several, like, not recent, but several like footsteps that are moving to and from this door, mostly going into. And I think with a 13, that's about all you kind of notice from the outside. As you go up to the chain itself, it doesn't take you long to realize that this chain isn't like even really locked or tight. Like it's just kind of wrapped around the handle loosely, as if someone wanted it to look closed. And you hear a voice just being like, was I doing like a southern accent for Thorn before? Anyway, I need to go back and watch the.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Okay. Well, I
No, you
must
were doing a
imagine
southern
that.
accent for Ben
It
Richards.
was very
Oh, that's right.
proper. It was very proper, but just like nervous.
So you hear a gruff voice that says, "What are you doing?" And you see an old man, kind of dirty hair, dirty jacket. He has. You notice kind of quickly that he seems to be. Actually, y'all give me perception checks real quick as this man approaches.
No. Just give us free info.
Not my game tonight.
13.
My specialty.
Yeah, it sure is.
No.
Wow.
Is it a
I
natural one
will
for her
take
gift?
it.
So all of you kind of turn to look at this person. Rosemary, you go to look up and you feel a
That's a
tugging
1.
at your boot. And you look down and you see this little pink and green dragon. Just like a small little creature. One of these spirits. You can see it's like the end of its body seems to like vanish into nothing.
Oh, the dragon ghost? That's not good.
And it's begins like tugging on your pants a moment. And when you blink, it's gone.
I think Rosemary is very silently hyperventilating and just staring at the ground.
Yeah. Buster, you notice that this man is kind of like, as he's moving over, he's kind of like limping a little bit. You notice he seems to be holding his arm like close to him, almost as if he's like holding something or like hiding something. And he kind of like walks up, and he has like a quarterstaff in hand. And yeah, he's like, "What are you doing? No one's allowed in the undercrypt."
On quick gut check, if I approach him, does he look like he's gonna swing at me with what he's preparing, either a dagger or the quarterstaff under his arm? Does it look aggressive in his approach?
He looks more defensive. He like he's on edge. He definitely has the quarterstaff in a position that he could like attack, but I think you get the sense pretty easily that he is not gonna just like jump into fighting you guys.
I'll probably walk up with my little rabbit hand out, palming a gold coin to him. A hand out, gold coin in palm, which is difficult to do with a rabbit hand, but you know, I kind of just, it's okay. I figure it out. But I hold my hand out in an effort to seem friendly to him, and I say, "Do not worry, friend. We are with Baron, and we are looking into under crypt for official business with Baron. Nothing to be afraid of. We can handle ourselves. Are you okay? Do you need medical attention?" As I'm holding my hand out, the coin.
He kind of like eyes the coin for a moment, and then moves the hand he had like held close to him. He kind of like leans forward and puts the hand out and grabs the coin real quick, pulling it close. And he steps back a little bit and he's like bows his head and says, "Apologies, I didn't realize you were the Baron's men. I suppose if anybody's allowed in the crypt, it's you. But you can give me an insight check. Anybody who is
Oh, I love
wants to
insight.
like a vibe check on this guy.
22.
God damn, I'm rolling shit tonight.
Ooh, dirty 20.
I mean, I'd like to, but I'm a little busy, so.
Buster, Olin, and Tobias. I think all of you can see this man's like a little on edge. Buster, Olin, and Tobias, I think you see that he seems to be backing down, but you can tell he is not happy about it. Like he's almost angry that he basically has no say over you and has to back down because you're like working for the Baron.
I'm gonna take a cue from Buster and have 3 gold coins in my fingers, and I'm gonna put out my hand and try to shake his hand and say, "Thanks for letting us come down here. What's waiting for us down there? Anything we should know about? Any surprises?"
The dead?
Are they the living kind of dead?
The unliving, I suppose.
Ah,
My
yeah, I
people.
suppose that was pretty obvious, eh?
Aye, the dead walk now. That's the norm. If you go down there, you'll be heading to your... Well, you'll probably be joining the ranks, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
And the
Olin's
Baron...
really used to it, actually.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like I have too much to fear then.
The Baron not tell you what happened to the last, well, couple of dozen that she sent at this point?
She has omitted much information.
Well, I'm sure you'll end up fighting them down there anyway. Go ahead, get yourselves killed.
What happened to you? Are you okay? You seem to be clutching your side. You seem upset about something. What is your trepidation with letting us go down into crypt?
I'm just don't like when people die for no good reason. And I'm fine. I don't need medical attention. Can a man hold his side now? It's still a free city, isn't it? The Baron doesn't have jurisdiction to tell me I can't hold my side.
She might, actually.
I'm only working for Baron under, let us call it, promotional provisional license. I am, how you say, free agent? Freelancer. I am more than happy to help you if you're sick in any way, if you're in pain. Not of the Baron's volition, but of mine alone. It is free country. If you wish to be in pain, by all means. But if you like medical attention, I am licensed cleric.
I'm fine. I don't want any of your weird ministrations.
To each their own.
And you see him kind of just like turn around and begin walking off. Pike turns and says, Well, this will be the part where I wait for you. I'm definitely not going down there.
You're not going with us?
No, to
What
the
if we
place.
run?
I'll be right here to stop you. There's only one exit.
That you know of. Surely there's more exits in this.
Hey, if you survive that long, more power to you.
It's all right, Pike. That just means you're sending Thorn with us, right? Just to keep an eye on us down there.
What do you think, Thorn? You want to wait with me up here? And Thorn like looks visibly annoyed that Pike is like wants to stay out here. Yes, I'm gonna go down there. We have to go down there. The Baron orders were to stay with them and make sure the job gets done. I'm not gonna let you find some hidey hole to escape in or find some crypt to wait out for a couple of days while we sit here and wait until we decide you're dead. I'm going down with them. More power to you.
It's
I'm using
okay.
that phrase a lot tonight.
It's okay, Thorn. We'll be good. We promise. You can stay up here if you'd like.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
It's you. Well, that's. No, not really. I mean, why would we like that? Isn't strength in numbers better?
Yes.
You, a highly capable warrior?
I am highly capable, so let's go.
Olin just takes the chain off.
All right. You take the chain off. You open the doors.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Do all the, as kind of a, going back to that survival check, did all of the footprints kind of look like standardized? Like they're all boot prints from the Baron's people, or did anything stand out? It's not a great roll, but I figure if I'm already looking at the footprints, I might have seen something.
Yeah, I mean, I think with that roll, it's hard to tell some of them because some of the prints were kind of over each other, but it did seem to be mostly kind of standardized, just kind of heavy boots,
Yeah,
armored figures.
that makes sense.
All right. So, the doors to the crypt open. You're hit with the smell of decay and the coppery tang of blood in the air.
Sucks for
And
you
I
guys.
need just a moment to use the restroom because my bladder is so small and is very demanding right now. So please give me 1 moment.
Has anyone shaken Rosemary out of her?
I don't
I
think
would
anybody's
like-
noticed.
I would
Yeah,
like
but-
to say that I would like to say that I noticed, but that's purely depending on whether or not John would like to give me the awareness.
Yeah, because otherwise she's not moving forward. She's still staring.
I've been in the front talking to Thorn, trying to sow seeds of doubt in there.
I love her.
Thorn,
She's so easy to get her buttons pushed. I love it. I love that for us. Probably sucks for her.
I was trying to either get her like so riled up about it that she's gonna go real headstrong into the fights and get herself killed, or so like I can stand guard, it's fine, I don't have to worry about these guys, we're capable. So either way, I think we win.
I
in this
think
one,
so
but-
too.
she was the only one that was baffled by the Baron's behavior, so she's the only one that has the potential of like helping us too.
She's
Yeah.
new, but I still want to work on Pike. There's something I want to say to him before we go down. John, the question was if anyone noticed that Rosemary was freaking out.
You're
You're
muted.
still there. You go.
We can do perception checks for that.
I rolled an 18 previously. There's a 15. It's 17 passive as well. Just to see that Rosemary's
I'm on the
not
BRB screen
in
too.
not in a good
We're
place.
back.
Yeah, that's fine. We're doing just a casual.
I'll do a little roll. 22.
Roll perception for me, Sully.
I swear to fucking God.
Oh no.
It's
Oh,
been
no.
one bad roll after the other.
Yeah, that
Twins.
one's that one's
It's a pretty inconsequential roll, at least.
Yeah, so a couple of things happened here. Buster and Olin, I think you do notice out of like the corner of your eyes that Rosemary seems to be distracted. Olin, you can see it's like a very like almost distressed. Slowly, as this old man is like walking away from you guys, your hand is like you can like hear it almost like a whisper in your ear. Just like he's dangerous. You kill him now before he kills you. And so you're kind of distracted by the voice basically and watching this old man.
Okay. Sully's definitely like holding her hand close to her, trying to get it to shut up.
Oh, what fun. What fun this talking hand has been so far.
I love this hand.
Does anyone else hear the hand as well? Both of these nat ones that we have to react to.
No.
Yeah, Tobias, do you want to give me a perception roll as well?
Sure. 15.
Okay, so I think pretty much all of you, the rest of you, but solely notice Rosemary. Olin, you're the only one that notices both Rosemary and like solely like the hand kind of
Good.
you like talking to her.
So I noticed Sully or
You notice Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Olin says nothing, just chalks it up to everybody has some weird quirks. It is what it is.
I walk up to Rosemary and just put my hand on my shoulder and say, "You know we're gonna find your sister, right?"
There's a ghost that was tugging my boot.
Well, whatever it is, it's gone now. So we're just in a town where it's gonna get in your head a little bit. You're gonna be fine. I'm trying to channel Buster in this moment a little bit after seeing what he did last time, but I don't know how well I'm gonna try it or how well it's gonna work. So,
Upon hearing that, I walk up and I tug her boot, and I'm like, "All right, now I am tugging your boot. Let's go. You're okay."
I think she'll like calm down at that because Buster always chases the ghosts away. So it's like, okay, it's safe now.
Interesting.
Well, because last time you did the whole thing that.
Yeah.
So.
I was unironically going to make my spirit guardians ghosts of something, but then I'm realizing, maybe I should do that. Buster chases ghosts away. Don't do that. Okay.
Oopsie.
Oops, all ghosts.
All right. So we head down into the undercrypt.
As we're heading down, can I say to Pike, as he's just standing there, you know, it is very easy for a group of people to tell Baron of one man's glory or lack of glory. We are heading down there for our own purposes, whether we like them or not. But if entire group says you just stood there and were not part of mission to get crown, that might make you look bad. But if whole group agrees that Pike was so amazing to go down there into scary crypt with ne'er-do-well adventurers and watch over them and get the crown all by himself. Oh my god, what an amazing man this Pike is. That would look good for you. This is undue toward credit that I do not need, but it might help you better than standing around being accosted by beggars telling you not to go into hole, scary hole. Is food for thought.
I kind of like looks at you, tilts their head a little bit. Man, I'm just doing a job. I
So
don't
am I.
care about glory. Okay, well, some of us need less validation in our jobs than others, okay? If it's glory you seek, go seek it, friend. I have no interest.
Well, what do you seek then, Pike?
Yeah, what's your whole fucking deal?
I
What's your
see
whole backstory?
going home to my warm bed, eating a warm meal.
You're really not worried about us telling your boss that you didn't do your job?
I'm doing my job. I'm keeping you from running.
You're not. Oh, you're standing outside of the crypt.
The only exit, to my knowledge,
To your knowledge. Exactly.
Do I get the impression that Pike can enjoy a warm meal? Or a warm bed?
yes?
Just felt like we had a lot in common. So
None of them are, none of the people that we saw in the room with the Baron were vampires, other than the Baron, right?
I don't think Pike's a vampire, but I don't think he's totally alive. This is table talk, but
Right.
I was just a dude in a suit of armor.
I don't know, he's got something ghastly about him. I don't know what it is exactly. They have something ghastly about them. I'm not sure.
Pike speaks up and is like, look, you're not gonna get out of this crypt in any kind of shape. If there is another exit, it's through hordes of undead. I don't really expect any of you to make it out of this crypt alive, and I like breathing. I like doing normal living people activities.
Oh, so do I. Me too. You and I, we're the same.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Baron doesn't have my friend in a dungeon somewhere with a knife to their throat. Or maybe I'd join you.
All she does have is instead your. I grab my rabbit manhood and say your testicles in her little purse next to her katana, and I just start walking down the stairs.
Pike just chuckles
I give him a salute.
as you walk out. I think he'll give you like a little salute back.
Oh, Rosemary's gonna reach in her bag and take out one of the scarves that she's completed and just hand it over. Can you make sure to give this to that nice old man? I think I missed my opportunity, but if you see him again, just pass this on.
Sure. That's sure if he comes over here.
Okay, and if he doesn't, you can have it.
Thanks. Kind of like eyeing it.
Olin.
Owen's covered in her stuff.
It's
Thorn.
all like dark leather armor with like stars embossed on all of it, and then these really bright crocheted like scarves and
Head
glove
wraps
cozies.
and all that.
Yeah. Thorn kind of pulls out a torch and leads is, if not leading the charge, pretty close to the front. Even though she looks very nervous as you kind of head downstairs into this crypt. As you enter, you notice that there is like the floor is kind of painted almost in a mural. This like red line in the center, almost like guiding you deeper into the crypt itself. There is a cool air that hits you as you come down here. You get that smell of decay. It's a little like musty, like the smell's been kind of contained a lot. You see several torches on the wall that appear to already be lit as you kind of enter. And as you come down, you see like the path splits to the left and right of you. Like bottom of the steps, hallway, path split. And both the paths look identical, each with like a torch at the end of a hallway, kind of curving around. Thorn looks to the left and right, then looks to the group. Well, this is your job. Which way should we go?
Yeah.
Oh, and I would say you do see several corpses around this room that look... Most of them look very old. They're mostly like more bone than... like more skeleton than zombie. The bodies are in like various shapes, like skulls crushed, like rusty weapons on the floor. But there is like... give me quick perception checks, actually.
Uncomfortable rolling.
Oof.
My
Fucking
specialty.
finally.
No good for me.
Jesus.
Wow,
Jesus
6. Almost a 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
I rolled a one.
congratulations.
Feels
Wait,
bad.
are you going to use your inspiration?
Me?
No.
No.
Taylor, you
No.
rolled a 1. No? Okay,
No.
congratulations on your first nat 1!
We did it. Finally.
Man.
Gotta keep
Glad
my
he's out of the way now.
I gotta keep my KDR up. My KFR, or CFR, my crit fail ratio.
Olin, is there any part of your skin that is bare?
My face, I guess. But aside from that, there might be like little notches between the gloves and the armor or something. The
Yeah.
sleeves.
Okay.
It's pretty dark.
Like,
It's pretty dark in here, right? Just torchlight.
yeah. I was just trying to think of like what your nat ones.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Manifest as.
Yeah. So I think there's just this moment for you where you're kind of like you're walking through this ground. You notice that this stone, there's like I said, it's kind of murals. There's painted red and blue, and like in the main room, it kind of opens up, and you notice it takes you a second that the floor is also like inlaid with just like gold, and you can kind of like see it shining a little bit as you kind of like raise your hand as you're kind of like moving cobwebs out of the way, and you see it kind of like shining a little bit on your fingers, almost like the light from the gold reflecting off of your skin. And so I think there's just a moment of that. Sully and Buster and Tobias, you all notice that like these bodies are old, but they are like freshly placed. Like they are newer here than the dust below them would represent, and like dust around them has been kicked up as if there's been like a fight or something in this area. And Sully, you actually notice one of these bodies has a pair of goggles on its face.
That important?
Huh?
I'm like trying to rack my brain of, have we met a character with goggles?
No.
Okay.
And this is like an ancient skeleton that has obviously like been down here for a long time.
So it's someone else's goggles.
Free goggles.
Interesting. Can I take them?
Yeah. You take them, the skull like almost turns to dust beneath your hands as you pull the goggles off. But you can feel like the hum of magic in them as you lift them.
I think there's something fishy about these goggles, guys.
What is wrong
Guys,
with
it's humming.
them? Are they magical?
I think so.
Do I have to make a common sense roll to think that these are night vision goggles?
I mean, if you like want to test them, you can put them in like put them over your eyes. I mean, I think
I have dark vision. It would not do anything.
Hmm.
Also,
I'm just gonna put them on my head. Now I have goggles on my head.
Okay.
Why do I feel like this is gonna bite me in the ass later?
It's fine.
worst case scenario, you get a free cursed item, and isn't that cool?
We haven't seen any cursed items in any of our campaigns, so this would be a perfect time to start introducing them.
Right?
Don't give him any ideas!
We
No,
saw
cursed items are
items.
the best.
We saw
He's already
cursed
got
items.
the idea.
Oh, that's true. That- they were all very important cursed items. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, but surely nothing is cursed down here in this crypt.
No.
Path left and right. They both seem to be identical paths, just kind of going in opposite directions. Which one do you go?
Can I
Which one smell-
give it a
which
good
one smells
once
worse?
over? Which one smells worse?
Which one smells
I
like?
I had left. I flipped a coin.
Okay. Slowly begins walking down. I think
Rosemary.
Mary, the other ginger.
Sully begins walking down the path that does not smell as bad.
Still Rosemary.
Or
I-
sorry,
I think it's this way because usually the more dangerous it gets, the worse it smells.
Oh, but the coin said this way. You gotta respect the coin flip.
What?
Rosemary.
Besides, don't we
you
want to
have-
go away from the undead?
Rosemary, you have no money. You don't have a coin to flip.
I took it out of the swear jar because
There's no money in the swear jar because you used it to pay for your bar
Other
tab.
people have been swearing, and I didn't use it to pay for my bar tab. Buster paid for that.
I paid for the bar tab. I mean, I
Speaking of
work
which,
there.
Having
Well,
a Bloody Mary tonight.
Do we think that the crown is at the more dangerous part or the less dangerous part?
Well, you know, just because it smells bad doesn't mean smells not as bad doesn't mean it's less dangerous.
Not necessarily in a crypt. That's why everybody thinks dead.
You know, they could be avoiding it because it's more dangerous.
Which
The
side was
undead.
the goggles corpse on?
What's that?
Which side was the corpse with the goggles on it on?
It was on the right. I mean, they were kind of like the bodies were all around this
Just
room. I think.
strewn around. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is this like the entrance to like Moria in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know what
Uh,
that means. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
not
fine.
sure.
I guess it's fine. I'll be the
The-
nerd.
I'm sorry, I've only seen the movies. I haven't read the book.
Before we leave,
Right.
though, I would like to kick a skull away from one of the bodies, just in case.
You do so.
I don't like that. They're sitting there.
Do these
waiting.
Uh,
do
Thorn
these bodies
follows.
have weapons on them?
Yes, there are several like rusty, like long swords, and
Take those away.
Yep, taking those away. Oh, you don't need these anymore.
This
Just-
is land where dead bodies come to life. Skin or no skin, bones still can rise.
As we walk along, we're just de-sculling corpses.
De-sculling, de-weaponing. They're gonna be confused when they get up.
Oh, what if we put one skull with a different body?
And one rib cage with another femur, and just go
Yeah.
crazy. Oh my god! Yeah. This will take a
Just
lot of
switch
time.
them
though.
around.
Thorn is like visibly annoyed at y'all, like as you're doing this.
For
You
note
will
keeping purposes, did we go down the left path or the right path?
I went down the left. I respect the coin flip.
I guess we're
We
going
respect
down the-
coin flip, but I also respect not letting member of group go off alone
Yeah.
into crypt alone. We if it is not down left path, we will have to come back, go down right path. We are here until we find thing. This is how maze works.
You're also supposed to keep your hand on the left side of a wall in a maze.
I always heard it was the right side.
Oh no. Well, you know, in Tempest, it's always the left side, so.
You know, toilet water flushes other direction down there.
Right. What's a toilet?
Where I'm from, it just goes straight down.
As you walk through the crypt, you see murals along the stone wall, some of them kind of like showcasing ancient battles, heroes. There is one part where you're kind of like crossing a mural on the floor where the bricks are like mostly green and white, where you see there is an image of a like dragon, almost like seeming like a guardian of some sort, along the stone walk. You do pass several closed sarcophagi on either side of you as you head deeper into the crypt as well. The hallway continues.
Are there like any heavy stones laying around or anything like that? Maybe bits of wall that have crumbled down?
Yeah, there's like a couple of like bricks that have kind of crumbled apart.
I'm just gonna put a couple extra on top of the sarcophagi, make them a little harder to open.
Sure.
If there's not enough for that, I'll put them on the edge of the lids, so that way if they open after we've passed, we hear it.
Wow.
You're very smart when it comes to the prevention of, zombies.
Yeah, well, I figure it's safer this way because then we hear them because I've just been, going over things in my head and I'm not paying a ton of attention. Oh, look, a dragon!
Rosemary ate her Wheaties today.
Interesting.
She got a full breakfast. She's running on all cylinders.
Do we find out if this is like a family crypt? I guess as we're walking through, maybe we can start to glean this. If it's like a family crypt, if it's a barony thing, like who owns this place?
You get the sense that there's definitely a lot of money poured into this area. I think, and you can ask Thorn some of these questions as well. But I think you get the sense that at least this part of the crypt seems to be dedicated to like nobility of sorts.
Okay.
Thorn kind of like looks uneasy. You you head down to the end of the hall. There's a doorway that opens up into a larger room. Inside this room, there is a fresher corpse that's had the head completely like chopped off. Blood is kind of congealed around the neck of the corpse. The figure's armored in like dark leather, similar to the type that Thorn are wearing. You notice there is a door on across from the way you enter. Actually, no, I'm not ready to bring you out to the map.
There's a map. Let's go.
There's a door across from you that I think you can intuit is like from the other path that you would take. There is a large door that seems to be like blocking deeper into the crypt. And across from this door is a large stone face built into the wall. The eyes are kind of like opalescent white, like stone. And the face seems to be looking directly at this door that leads closer into the crypt.
Olmec.
And there is writing over the top of this face. Do any of you speak or read Primordial?
Do.
Yeah.
I almost took that as my language last level up.
I just took it for fun.
For fun. I took an elective in college for Primordial.
You know, I had to get some extra units, but I just figured I'd take whatever.
Really helped when I studied abroad on the plane of unending fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the plane of unending torment. That's wild.
Oh
Crazy.
gosh, barely missed each other. They're like right next door.
Rosemary, you can read this text above the head. It says, you do. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I should have written this down. You can take nothing with you to the grave. Speak your secrets to enter.
No.
Oh, that's fun.
No. That's Sam saying no. Rosemary just reads it off in perfect primordial, and then she'll repeat it. It sounds like rocks tumbling over each other. And then says, "Oh, so you can take nothing with you to the grave. Speak your secrets to enter."
What does that mean?
Well, you know, it's pretty obvious. You gotta say whatever your deepest, darkest secret is, and then we can all go through.
Thorn's eyes just wide.
Do each of us need to share secret? Because I don't believe I have secret that I have not shared with group. I'm pretty
Thorn.
open book.
Thorn, I'm sorry. I'm actually dead.
Thorn kind of like glances over to you and it's like, are you a vampire like the Baron?
No, just dead. But back again. But not like these guys. Different. Kind of like Pike.
I think she looks confused at this last part. Let me ask the question. Is this news to anybody in the group? Or would this be kind of open knowledge? I'm asking kind of Olin this, I think.
I think it's pretty open knowledge, right? I'm pretty sure. It feels like a core tenet of the group is that I'm sort of the way that Olin presents themselves kind of stems from this being wrenched back into life and feeling this mismatch between body and soul. So I think that that's not something that they are like they are shying away from.
Yeah, so I think you say that Thorn like looks surprised and says, like, Pike, okay. She kind of like looks at the thing. She's like, "Is that your secret?" And she looks towards the head and looks towards the door.
No, but I thought you should know. It was a secret from you.
Thanks.
I tried
thanks.
knitting and I wasn't immediately good at it, so that's why I gave up and I only crochet. Oh, I feel better.
There's a rumbling as the eyes shine. The door shifts and moves up 2 inches.
We do each have to share a secret.
Or that
Rosemary,
secret wasn't juicy enough.
Rosemary, you do know practice makes perfect. You can try knitting again.
I was good at crocheting the second I picked it up. I thought everything was supposed to be that way. So when I wasn't good at knitting, I just gave up and I threw it away. I'm not proud of it.
I understand.
Aye.
Well, Thorn, you were leading this expedition. Do you have anything you want to say?
A secret that can actually get us inside. I don't think these are real secrets, if that is.
In love with Pike.
Thorn steps up to the face and kind of like eyes it, and then looks over at the group. She says, "I really have to tell this construct a secret to be able to
But
enter
that's
deeper."
what it says. And I read it off in Primordial again.
I mean, you've seen the construct in action.
While this is also happening, I'm going to be looking around the room for anything that seems unusual or out of place. Looking for the secrets of the room.
Give me a perception check.
Is there are there any torches in here beside the one that Thorn's carrying? Or
13.
perhaps we're
Yes,
carrying?
there are 2 torches beside each door in this room, and that seem to be already lit when you come in.
Who the hell is maintaining all these torches?
The undead, they need a job too.
Thorn,
Statue.
Man,
Thorn
we,
is like,
we aren't a capitalist society.
Thorn says it's probably just the people that came down before us, the last group that was sent down.
Oh, how long
I-
ago was that?
A
Is that
couple
a
of
secret?
days.
Oh,
Thorn kind of looks at the statue and says, "I joined the Kargot to prove my father was wrong about me."
No.
The door rumbles, shifts about 2 inches.
oh, you poor thing. I'm gonna like offer to give her a hug.
No thanks.
Okay. Consent is key.
Sully, you feel like as a small sized creature, you might be able to like fit under the door now if you really wanted.
Before that though, Sully's just gonna share. I killed my dad, and then she's gonna wait for it and wiggle under.
Yeah, it goes up to about 6 inches now.
This is test, and if everyone needs to know the secret, I have told this before, but I also technically killed my dad. I did not help my dad when I could have, and he died because of me.
Purposefully?
This is a story I told you that night we were talking about things. About I watched him
Yeah.
die like dog. I did not help because I could have died myself, and I knew if I were also to die, then it would all have been waste. But I was
Yeah.
also scared.
Yeah, I remember now. I'm sorry, I was a little bit.
I understand. You were looking under bench for various things.
I apologize.
Yeah, and with that it goes up. It's now up about 8 inches.
Do I see anything in the room that could that?
Oh
is,
yeah,
Is there a secret in the room?
perception 13.
13.
I think the only thing you really notice, like there's 4 columns in this room. There is lots of imagery of like a king, a leader, or an emperor or something. And like below this king, several like nobles, but also always like this dragon protector that is with like these green scales standing behind the king or the emperor.
And there's 4 of those, or just one of those?
There's 4 of those.
What are they looking at?
All of them seem to be like looking at towards the face. But yeah, I think the door is pretty tight, but anybody who is not like heavily armored could get through.
I have more secrets.
Okay. Yeah, if everyone's willing to, you know, cover their ears and hum a little tune, I can get it open more, I think.
No.
Sully's
Well,
on the other side of the door already, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Can
which
I,
it's like dark in this hallway. There's no like light past here.
can I
I mean, you
like
can see down, but
lean down and look through?
I have dark vision. I can see.
yeah. I mean, you see stairs going further down.
Okay.
I come up to the face and I look at it and I say, I have been contracted, or commanded, whichever way you want to look at it, to kill 67 people. And I ended up killing 68 in all of my jobs. And they haunt me at night.
That's a lot of dads. Sorry, it just feels like everybody's killing dads in here.
With that, it goes up a couple of more inches. And it's now like enough that most of you could like kind of duck under and slide under without much issue. Is there any other secrets that anybody steps up, or do you kind of like, yeah, that's enough. We can move forward.
The thing did not go up when I said I was dead, right?
No, it did not.
I'm trying to think what I could say. I don't have a past, really.
I did not leave Feywild because I was kicked out. I did not leave because I was conscripted. I left because I was bored. I've been alive a long time. I have eaten great foods. I've spent great time. I have had many wonderful and strange lovers, but I got bored. I contemplated one day after Festival of Bliss to go into the nightlands, the sleep, the long sleep. But I left to go find whatever whim and whatever job I could take first because I was afraid. I did not want to die. I still was and am same coward. I say that last part really quietly to myself, to Buster.
Do I hear it?
But the first part is out loud.
You can make a perception check, Tobias. See if you hear this last part.
20, dirty 20.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you pick up on that.
I think Olin hears the like candidness of this and says, when I was given life again and I awoke on the operating table where I was infused with the magic that holds me together, I couldn't help but feel there was something else in there as well. And I think that there is some other thing inside of me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I think I've also just learned it, so maybe I was lying to myself.
It continues to rise. Sorry, my cats are making a lot of noise back there. I have no idea what they're doing. The door rises even further. Now it's like over Sully's head.
I will say in primordial, because I have clocked no one else understands it, and I want to see if it works. I don't remember anything about my past, and sometimes I'm really suspicious of Mother and why she won't tell me anything about it.
No,
Sneaky.
The door
Sneaky.
goes up a little more.
I'm gonna steal a note from her, and I'm gonna say in Elvish because I don't know if anybody speaks Elvish, and if somebody
Shit, I
does
don't.
speak Elvish, then that's fine. I'm gonna say the 68th person was a little girl that I think was the daughter of one of my victims, and it was an accident.
Olin almost imperceptibly looks over at you.
Okay.
I get like every third word because I know Sylvan.
Yeah, same.
Girl, what?
Something about a girl?
Something about 68 little girls?
Okay, there's something lost in translation.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
We've all said something now. At least one thing. I believe, right?
I think so.
I think.
The statue is correct. You cannot take it with you.
I was just worried if someone tried to go through without saying anything, it might be bad.
Yeah. I that's what I was thinking, what happened to the beheaded dude.
I was thinking like fucking ray disintegration comes out of the mouth and just blah.
Yeah. As you descend into the darkness, we cut to a scene. We see what looks like an old temple, almost like a black pyramid that is just kind of like almost sinking into the swamp. There is kind of a forest around it, but there's like smoke and fire kind of in several spots around this forest coming up from the distance. We see a figure wrapped in like all these like heavy robes, like an eye patch over one eye, where basically the only thing uncovered from this figure is just like at one of their eyes and like where their mouth is. And standing next to Tobias. The Tobias has this like heavy chain, black metal medallion like on his like chest, and one thing, neither one of these figures, like there's a sun in the sky that's kind of low on the horizon. Neither one of these figures has a shadow, and the one turned to Raps turns towards you, Tobias. I hope you're all right with some improv. He says, the hard part's, well, the hard part's over. You'll just have to go in there. The incantation, like I said. And, well, you'll be a goddamn hero, won't you?
Yeah. Finally have something to make my little girl proud of me, won't I?
Yeah, and if I make it out of this, I'll make sure to tell her, well, Ellen better show the best parts.
Well, you did make a promise that if I wasn't around and this didn't work, that you would do something about him. So, I'm keeping you to that.
He nods, motions towards like the front of this pyramid where there's like an obvious entrance. Says, I'll see you on the other side. And we see Tobias walking into this temple. This figure, wrapped in bandages, turns, begins walking into the forest, undoing the bandages, and as they do that, long red hair falls down over, like their skin is pale beneath, and his accent changes a little bit. He says, well, that should be one down the hole. On to the next. And walks, stepping into mist. And with that, we're going to cut back into the stairs as we go down deeper into the crypt. You open the doors at the bottom of these steps. I don't remember how dramatic this music is, but I'm gonna play it.
Let's lean into the drama.
You see
Oh yeah.
several hallways leading off into crypts. You can kind of like see down some of them where each one leads into like a special familial crypt. Ahead of you, down a series of hallways, is a large sarcophagus. Atop this sarcophagus, laying almost with like torchlight shining off of it, very central, you see a thin black crown lying on top of it. Between you and the sarcophagus, several undead figures just shuffling about, seemingly unaware of your presence at the moment. You can, the smell of death is even stronger here. You can see that a lot of these figures are freshly undead, whereas others are ancient bones with barely any flesh on them at all. As you head down these stairs, what do you do?
Do we want to go in heavy and hard, or should I just sneak in there a little bit and take the damn thing?
Does the crown look familiar?
Did we get a description of it? Yeah.
The crown is, it looks reminiscent to the one that you saw on the head of the figure in your dream. It is kind of black cross, looks like it has like thorns coming out of it.
Speaking of thorns, how's Thorn looking?
She looks determined. She sees the crown, her teeth are gritted. You can see she is like a little nervous, but she grabs the hilt of her sword, looks over.
Okay, so it looks familiar. None of us saw that scene, right? With
No,
Aaron. Okay, I
Was that
totally misunderstood.
It's
was
a
that just
cutscene.
a memory that I had like real fast, or was that
yeah.
okay? I think that I'm just gonna get in there. I'm gonna sneak in there a little bit and get on the other side and see if we can just get out of here without any
Kind
heavy
of sneak past the zombies to get to the crown.
Yeah. Any objections? And
What?
as I say that, I also cast invisibility on myself.
Beautiful.
I wonder if I could become one of not like
Oh, if you just don't
Masquerade
breathe,
as one of them.
they won't know.
Do I
It's
get the
even-
impression that if I just don't breathe, they won't know?
They won't even know.
How would they know?
You
How
pull a
would they
Shaun
know?
of the Dead. You pull a Shaun of the Dead. Just start shuffling along with them. Just
I
like,
I already don't breathe.
you
Don't.
already are dead.
I'm
mean-
already am dead. So
And I know what it's like to be dead, but I'm alive as well.
okay,
Good
Tobias.
to know.
I exist between a state between life and death, whatever that means.
Hey, me too. Besties. That's why we get along so well.
That's why we're friends.
Our
So,
mortality.
Mostly dead, somewhat alive.
Olin, if you would like to give me a performance check, Tobias, you can give me a stealth check with advantage since you are invisible.
Is the performance check
Good
with
lord.
advantage because he's dead?
14?
No, because he's dead allows him to make this performance check at all.
Damn.
Okay.
I
Wowie
was talking
zowie.
Sean of the dead of it.
Oh, come on.
14.
Oh, both 14s.
14's honestly pretty good for plus
It's
one.
not bad.
These undead are not the most perceptive. So I'll say with that, we see like this cutscene of
Stupid.
well, actually, we don't even see Tobias. We just kind of get the sense of him moving forward. Olin shuffling slowly behind, mixing in with the undead, who don't currently seem to, register him as anything other than one of their own.
I do.
The rest of you are kind of like holding back. Thorn is just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
But so like Olin, when you're about halfway up there, Tobias, you make it to the sarcophagus with you see the crown sitting on top of it.
Does anything seem weird? Does anything seem strange? Any magical auras? Any traps?
Give me a perception check.
Alrighty. Nope.
Oh,
11.
so close.
No, nothing really seems strange or off. I mean, it just looks like it's crown sitting on top of the sarcophagus. Sarcophagus is closed. This sarcophagus is obviously like a place of importance. You can kind of like see murals all around it, like almost as if it's like the sarcophagus of a king or an emperor, a figure on a throne.
I just realized I should have asked for guidance. Dang it.
You said any questions, and then it went invisible. There wasn't time to say anything.
I know though. Yeah, well.
Any guidance? Go get the crown, buddy. You got this.
What's it
Well,
gonna be,
I don't
Tobias?
see anything, so I very carefully. Well, actually, I take out my sword a little bit and I move the crown first, and I like poke it first.
How far is this roughly from the door?
This is about 60 feet.
Cool.
You poke it with the sword.
I move a little bit. Anything happen?
Nope.
I don't like that. Oh no. Alrighty. Well. I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And I pick it up with Mage Hand. 30 feet away. I move 30 feet away and use the range of Mage Hand.
It's like where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
so about we move back to about where
shadow,
Olin is.
so my shadow hand comes and grabs it. And I want to try to like lift it straight up. And Mage Hand is not concentration, so I can do that with invisibility.
Is Mage Hand non-concentration?
Nope.
Just an action.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
doesn't that drop invisibility because you cast a spell?
I thought it's only attacks.
It's
think it's
spells
any
and
spell.
attacks.
That's fine. If that's the case, I'm gonna stealth behind the sarcophagus. So like I'm assuming what I'm picturing is like a cove, and the sarcophagus is here, so there's no one like around it.
Okay, so you're gonna get on like the
That's
back
right.
side of the sarcophagus, like across from Olin, basically.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
is Olin's
stealth
version.
there and then use the Mage Hand.
Beautiful. You Mage Hand. There's a couple of things that happen. As the crown is lifted up into the air, you hear a cracking sound. And Olin, you see as this cove where Tobias is completely collapses, bringing with it it like stops like right in the center of the sarcophagus, so the sarcophagus doesn't quite fall, but the rest of the flooring behind it completely falls away. And I need a dexterity save from you, Tobias.
Can I Misty Step right behind it?
Yeah, you like back up
Yeah, like
because you're falling down, basically.
Yeah, if I'm falling down, like I'm just gonna go right back to the sarcophagus, look at all the undead, and just be like, "Uh oh."
Cool. Yeah. So as this breaks up, you teleport back up to the sarcophagus. I imagine like hit like on the edge where the sarcophagus is hanging off. You're kind of like just on top of it, and you look down and you see several zombies down below you. But yes, all the undead in the room seem to turn and look at the same time, and you hear the sound of stone sliding in the side crypts as other figures begin to rise. And that is where we will leave it for this week.
Oh, we have to keep going. We
I
have
love
so
it.
much time.
I love it when a heist goes wrong.
Yeah.
It goes longer according to plan.
We're doing a little shorter session tonight because a few of us are a little tired, and it's been a long week. Do the fight.
Fight our way out the entire crypt.
Yeah. We will start next time as our team faces off with the undead in the crypt, and we find out what lies deeper. Thanks for joining us. Next time we'll find out if our heroes survive, thrive, or take a dive. Until then, everybody have a wonderful night.
Goodbye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Also, we can throw Thorn and then tell lies to the face, and then it'll slam the door shut.